crazy. For a while, I felt like I was gonna make the most major shows without winning one ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that like I think that was like my ninth or tenth major show. Um,
Wow.
and I don't know how many top tens. Like last year, I think I finished top 10 in four majors last year,
Wow.
and so it was that feeling like, okay, I'm close, but what's that extra step? What's that extra step to the top five? Like, what's that extra step to get to the show? What's that extra step to get to the title match? Like I've had a lot of major top tens. It's
Yeah.
I'm proud of that, but to finally get one is crazy. And I feel like I cashed in all my good fortune that day, but that was a good day to cash in all that
That's
fortune.
okay.
It was,
That's okay.
I feel like I was almost due for that. I mean, I've 7-10 like 5 times on TV. That's cost me, I don't know
Yes, you
how
have.
many maybe possible titles or money or whatever, but
Your first show ever you did, right?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
were you
yep.
throwing? You were throwing a Defiant Soul? Was that what it was?
Yeah, that was
Defiant
the
Soul.
the World Series Scorpion pattern of old Smallwood, and could have got up in the 9th and 10th and won. Pocket 7-10 in the 9th, and that was probably the craziest one of all because the messenger came over, but the pin laying in the gutter blocked the messenger from hitting the 10.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden that goes to 8-1, and then I think I flat 10 or something like that first shot in the 10th, and then Smalls get up, goes 9 spare 9 to win. It's like, brutal. And
yeah, you mentioned those steps, right? Like those like you got close because it's kind of how this works. I mean, some guys come off and they're just winning like crazy, right? But that's few and far between. There's those little steps, like you have to learn how to make a match play, and then when you're in the hunt, like for instance, using all your tricks at the TOC. Like me, that's something that I've started to have a little more success in that match play because I've made that match play and the qualifying portion goes a certain way and you're like, all right, dude, it's qualifying. But then you get to the match play and you're like, oh shit, like you gotta go straight now, and then you gotta do this and this. So yeah, those steps that you have to take when you're getting closer and closer. Yeah, what were some of those steps for you, like realizing that? I mean, it's experience to like try to get to that next step.
Yeah, I think last week for me was knowing the building. I actually have in my notes on my phone, I have every pair mapped out from both in and out. Like every pair I hit, it's like, okay, this pair is pretty similar playing out, but I know the right lane plays 2 or 3 more when you're playing in. And having all those pairs mapped out, and the tricks is almost something you can't really teach, like as you guys know. It's just something you learn in situations. Like you just kind of like you get in situations where you just say, I have to do something crazy different. I have to look for like the home run look. I'm going to do this. I'm going to like loft it from 10, or like I'm going to twirl it from here, or do this sort of thing. Like we all have our little tricks that we do when we need the ball to do a certain thing. And that's almost something like we learn, like as you guys know, through just experience and getting in situations where you feel like you need to do something different. And then you say, oh, that worked. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go practice that one.
Yeah.
And you just build your arsenal around it. And a lot of it last week for me was just experience in the building. Just knowing that, hey, this trick works from here, and it's kind of like when you play a golf course sort of thing. Like I know if I hit this tee shot over here, I have this shot into the green. I have a bigger window. I have this miss room over here on this hole. I can shape it this way on this hole. I can miss the green this side and be okay. Very, very similar thing in that building as well. And and then like I said, match play is just a whole different animal. But like a lot of those situations, you just, when you're open-minded and kind of accept, like, I know I'm going to shoot 180 somewhere. I know I'm going to shoot 170 over here. I know to avoid shooting this game here. I know this is a pair I could take advantage of. And when all those things come together, just on top of like throwing it well, you can put up some good numbers and get yourself in the hunt. And I think that kind of applies with a lot of the match plays and majors and stuff like that. You avoid the disasters and take advantage of the so birdie holes when you got them.
Yeah.